My nigga too for the goat, these other niggas basic.
Say what? No nigga wrist a silver chain around his neck. Say what? A.T.L show coming for their neck. Say what? We gon' say it all different from the rest. Say what? A.T.L show, know that we the best. Say what? Yeah, who was that? A.T.L show coming live, speak about the world. Know that we is still. We got Anthony, TeAma, Legacy, the podcast. On God, we taking over with the A.T.L show.
My nigga too for the goat, these other niggas basic.
Say what? No nigga wrist a silver chain around his neck. Say what? A.T.L show coming for their neck. Say what? We gon' say it all different from the rest. Say what? A.T.L show, know that we the best. Say what? Yeah, who was that? A.T.L show coming live, speak about the world. Know that we is still. We got Anthony, TeAma, Legacy, the podcast. On God, we taking over with the A.T.L show.
If you don't know T.S. Madison,
the internet queen and icon.
get ready.
Yes!
She's not just chasing superstardom.
I want to have my own version of the talk, the real, the view.
She demands it.
You better build a whole entire empire out of this.
And with her bestie Tiffany on board,
Tiffany, you look so beautiful this morning. Your tatas are sitting so high.
this journey's gonna be a trip.
I just got a shiver in my back and it ain't a man.
The T.S. Madison Experience premieres Thursday, March 4th on WeTV.
Just-in-time accessories definitely have the bling and everything in between. TeAma Copeland is your independent paparazzi agent. Join her live online Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join her on Facebook at TeAma Sweetness Copeland or her fan page, Just-in-Time Accessories. Or you can find her on YouTube at Teama Herice. That once again is Just-in-Time Accessories. Everything is only $5. Nickel and lead-free jewelry. TeAma Copeland, independent paparazzi agent. Just-in-Time Accessories definitely have the bling and everything in between. Check her out.
Hey, welcome. Get in here, folks. We have a wonderful show for you guys tonight. Get in here. I tell you. Welcome to the Anthony Brown Show. In this episode, we call the A.T.L show. I'm yours truly. I'm Mr. Anthony Brown himself. I'm joined by my very lovely and beautiful co-host, Miss TeAma.
Hello, everybody.
And the legend himself, Mr. Legacy, the Great.
A.T.L.
I tell you, he's not going to ever change. And we have a wonderful guest with us tonight to showcase her business, Miss Paula Anipearl. She's, I guess, a baker. Would that be the proper term? A baker. And I tell you, her cakes and everything is like phenomenal. I met Miss Paula about 5-6 years ago. There was a showcase of business owners set up somewhere, and she had a table set up. So of course, my thing was to go around and support all the black businesses that were at the showcase, and she was one of the businesses at the event. So I sent my table. We had 3 people there. It was myself, my business partner, and a young lady working with us. So I sent the girl back there. I said, well, just patronize everybody's table and just get, a slice of cake or whatever from her table and this and that and bring it back. So she did. I tell you, that cake was so good and so moist and so buttery.
You just had to eat it then.
I ate it right there on the spot. But that's not the bad part. Here's the bad part. I secretly told.
It wasn't enough.
I told my business partner. So first we sent the girl back there. So just I don't look greedy. I sent the business partner back there to go grab some more cake and goodies from her table. And then after we ate that at the event, I went back there. So now it's like 3 different people went back there. I tell you, her pastries and goodies are so good that if you're on a diet, you may want to stay away because you're just definitely gonna get off your diet by eating her.
Ms. Anipearl, I think he owe you a few dollars because he was stealing from your business.
Don't trust me, I was paying for it.
Don't say that.
But her bacon is so good. Before we get into her telling her more about her business and what she has going on over there at Cakes, etc., I tell you, we're going to go with Legacy. He's going to do his episode on Black History Month. For this whole month of February, we're highlighting businesses, Black business owners, as well as introducing Black history to everybody, and not just Black history or Black history that they don't necessarily teach in schools or in the history books. So, Mr. Legacy, you ready?
All the time.
Okay. Let's see here.
The Great Kings and Queens of Africa is presented by Anheuser-Busch to honor and preserve a part of the rich and proud African culture and to cultivate a deeper understanding of the many contributions that history has made to the world. Alfonso I was the first ruler to modernize Black Africa on a grand scale. He encouraged his people to learn Christianity and new skills in masonry, carpentry, and agriculture. Alfonso streamlined politics, established modern schools, and later became the first ruler to resist the slave trade. Promoting industry and agriculture, Hatshepsut may be the greatest female Egyptian ruler of all time. As the first woman in recorded history to preside over a nation, Hatshepsut cast aside the theory of male supremacy. Her spirited defiance of male dominance for 30 years endured to the very end, as evidenced by the discovery of her tomb in the Valley of the Kings. When Sunny Ali Burr came to power, Songhai was a small kingdom in the western Sudan. With a ferocious force, the warrior king won battle after battle, routing marauding nomads, seizing trade routes, and ever expanding his domain. He captured Timbuktu, bringing into the Songhai Empire a major center of commerce, culture, and Muslim scholarship. His greatness is still legendary among the Songhai people today. Askia the Great was a fair and deeply religious man who at times fought established tradition to rule in the best interest of his people. A devout Muslim, he ruled Songhai strictly according to Islamic law. Askia Muhammad Touré united the entire central region of western Sudan with a government that is still revered today. A wise and beautiful woman from Nubia so captured the heart of the pharaoh she changed the course of history. Tai's beauty, intellect, and will so took Pharaoh Amenhotep III. He defied his nation's priest and custom by proclaiming this commoner his great royal spouse. Amenhotep declared that, as he had treated her in life, so should she be depicted in death as his equal. And so the colossal sculpture ordered for their temple thus portrays them as a pair of majestic monarchs, both proud, both noble, both serene. A flamboyant leader and world figure, Mansa managed vast resources to benefit his entire kingdom. In 1324, he led a holy pilgrimage of 72,000 people from Timbuktu to Mecca, over 6,000 miles. So spectacular was this event that Mansa Musa won international prestige for Mali as one of the world's largest and wealthiest empires. A strong leader and military innovator, Shaka is noted for revolutionizing Bantu warfare through standardized weapons and special tactics. Many enemies would flee at the mere sight of Shaka's troops. With cunning and confidence as his tools, Shaka united all tribes in South Africa against colonial rule. For hundreds of years, Nubia and Egypt had been at war. But Nefertari's marriage to King Ramesses II, Pharaoh of Egypt, brought the fighting to an end. The marriage began as strictly a political move, but it later grew into one of the greatest royal love affairs in history. In fact, the temple which Ramesses built for her at Abu Simbel is one of the largest and most beautiful structures ever built to honor a wife and to celebrate peace. One of the greatest monarchs of the Congo, King Shamba, had no greater desire than to preserve the peace. He designed an extremely democratic government featuring a system of checks and balances that represented all Bushango people. Also, Shamba promoted the arts and crafts to their highest level during his reign. Regarded as one of the greatest generals of all time, Hannibal and his powerful African armies came close to defeating the mighty Roman Empire. His audacious moves and tactics have been studied and successfully imitated as recently as in World War II. The genius of Hannibal brought Carthage great prosperity and prestige. The identity of the Queen of Sheba has long been debated, but indications are that she was the Ethiopian queen Makeda. According to legend, she was fascinated with the wisdom of the great King Solomon of Israel. Upon meeting, the king and queen were equally intrigued with one another. Fondness grew into love, and their union produced history's longest line of royalty descendants. Returning to Ethiopia, Makeda's influence transcends centuries as the Judeo-Christian tradition remains embedded in modern Ethiopia. Teaching a doctrine of love and peace, Akhenaten was the first ruler in recorded history to believe in the concept of one God. He and his wife, Queen Nefertiti, changed Egyptian culture so radically that their influence was felt centuries later through more natural visual art styles and a fuller, warmer language for poetry, songs, and storytelling. At the age of 16, this great Nubian king led his armies against the invading Assyrians in defense of his ally Israel. It earned him a place in the Bible in the books of Isaiah and 2 Kings. Despite continuous warfare, Taharqa was able to build overwhelming projects throughout his empire, including a temple with carved images over 100 feet high. The Egyptian queen ascended to power at the age of 17 to become one of Africa's greatest female rulers. Intelligent and witty, her graceful nature and stunning personality were valuable diplomatic attributes. Striving to elevate Egypt to world supremacy, Cleopatra persuaded Julius Caesar and Mark Antony to renounce their Roman allegiances to fight on behalf of Egypt. Each, however, met his death before Cleopatra's dreams of conquest were realized. Disheartened, Cleopatra pressed and asked to have rest, ending the life of the world's most celebrated African queen. Osei Tutu was the founder and the first king of the Asante Nation in what is now Ghana. He was able to convince a half a dozen suspicious chiefs to join their states under his leadership. According to legend, this occurred when the golden stool descended from heaven and came to rest on Osei Tutu's knees, signifying his choice by the gods. The kingdom would endure for 2 centuries. Menelik was the overshadowing figure of his time in Africa. He converted a group of independent kingdoms into the strong, stable empire known as the United States of Abyssinia, or Ethiopia. Resisting European colonization and uniting the opposing kingdoms made him one of the great statesmen of African history. Though dead for nearly 100 years, Nihanda remains what she was when alive, the single most important person in the modern history of Zimbabwe. When English settlers invaded in 1896, Nehanda and other leaders declared war. At first, they achieved great success, but as supplies ran short, so did battlefield victories. Nehanda was eventually captured and executed. Although gone, she was not forgotten, and is still referred to as Mbayu, grandmother, Nehanda, by Zimbabwean patriots. Khama distinguished his reign by extracting technological innovations from the Europeans while resisting their attempts to colonize Bechuanaland. Advancements included the building of schools, scientific cattle breeding, and a police corps which practically eliminated crime. In 1875, Khama appealed to Queen Victoria of England to protest English settlement in his country. The English honored Khama and his call for continued freedom for Bechuanaland. For half a century, the Basutu people were ruled by the wise and just founder of their nation, King Mosweswe. The Basutu had to fight for their survival against plundering Africans, European colonialists, and particularly the Boers. As the relentless Boers were about to annihilate the Basutos, Mosweswe persuaded the British to make Basutoland a protectorate, a diplomatic coup that helped to assure his nation's survival and to assure Mosweswe a place in African history. Nzinga of Angola was an astute diplomat and an excellent military leader. To arrest the swelling influx of slave-hunting Portuguese, she waged war for nearly 30 years. Because of her quest for freedom and relentless drive to bring peace for her people, Nzinga remains a glimmering symbol of inspiration. Samori launched a conquest to unify West Africa into a single state spanning 100,000 square miles. In each city, Samori built a mosque, a testimonial of his devotion to Islam. During the 18-year conflict with France, powerful Samori continually frustrated the Europeans. His astute military prowess prompted some of France's greatest commanders to entitle the African monarch the Black Napoleon of the Sudan. The people of Dahomey often refer to their monarch, Behanzin, as the King Shark for his strength and wisdom. Behanzin maintained a strong army to defend his nation's sovereignty, including a division of 5,000 female warriors who were noted for their formidable zeal in battle. A fond lover of the humanities, Behanzin is credited with some of the finest song and poetry ever produced in Dahomey.
Okay. So, Mr. Legacy?
I chose to go with this tonight because we were running short on time as far as days to present our great ancestors and kings and queens of that time. So I went with that to bring about more awareness to there were always many kings and queens in different areas of Africa that we could have derived from, or our native our families could have derived from. So I reached and grabbed that. It just shows that we are way more than what we are taught to be or where we came from. So I just wanted to again reach out and just expose that we are. It's just so compact that they would just teach our kids and teach us that this is all we came from and this is all they know of us. So tonight was just to be able to bring a brighter light to more people than I could actually bring about in this little short amount of days in this month. But we will continue on periodically throughout the year to bring Black history information to you guys, whether it's that type of information or great people that are doing things throughout the year and always have. Thank you for tuning in to Black History, Our History.
Black History, Our History with Legacy the Great. Thank you so much. I'm very enlightened. Some of the information I didn't even know. Some I knew, some I didn't know. And as always, I really enjoy and look forward to you giving us the history, the Black history, because like I said, we as a people, we definitely need to be in tune and know where we come from. It's not just what they tell us in the history books or what they tell us, but it's also, the stuff that you're bringing us, and we appreciate it. And I thank you, and you did a wonderful job as always.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us, T.
Hey, y'all. Hey, Miss Paula.
Hey there.
How you doing?
All right, how you?
I'm well.
Good.
Okay, we're gonna turn the floor over to Miss Paula. I'm sorry. Let me do this quick announcement real quick, Miss Paula, before I do that. You guys, just not tuning in. The topic tonight, as you know, is what is love? Is it real or is it a spell? So we're going to talk about that in just a few minutes. But at the same token, if you're just tuning in, definitely, if you're new, definitely subscribe to the channel. Definitely click the subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and comment below. And I will bring the comments on the screen so that the panelists can see your comments. And I'm Anthony Brown Show. You can always find me on Facebook, Instagram, as well as Twitter. And also for the month of May, we're honoring mothers. So, and month of June, we're honoring fathers. So we need all kids, children, send in your videos, 5 minutes or less, why you think your mother is so great or so awesome. And also kids sending videos, why you think your fathers are so great and so awesome. And highlight them in the video, have them in the video with you, or if they're not present, have their picture in the video, mention their name, and send the videos to the email address right there. And throughout the month of May, we're going to show all the mothers. And throughout the month of June, we're going to show all the fathers. And also mark your calendar for March 12th. March 12th, we have an awesome show coming up. It's Kevin Wesley. He's a former minister. He's a minister of God, and he walked away from Christianity. He's going to be here to tell his story. And Sam Selah, he's walking away from the LGBT community, and he found Christ. So that's going to be a very interesting topic. One walked away and one walked towards Christianity. So we're going to have them share their stories with us on that evening. So with that being said, we're going to turn it over. We're going to turn it over to Miss Paula. Miss Paula, is this your correct information, Miss Paula? That's on the screen?
It is. Yes, it is.
Okay, everyone, Miss Paula Anipearl, you can find her on Instagram at Cakes Etc. West Palm Beach. And that's also her phone number so you can place orders. And like I said, we're going to let Miss Paula tell a little bit about her business and what she does and what she's doing, her hours of operation, where she's located, where you can find her.
All right. So everybody on here already knows who I am, but I am Paula Brothers. My last name is not Anipearl. I promise y'all. Everybody thinks my last name is Anipearl. Anipearl is my business name, and I still wear it. As you can see, I wore it today, and it came from my grandmother and my mother's name together. My grandmother was named Pearline, and my mother's name was Annie. So I took away an N to make it different, and I added the pearls on the end, which is my grandmother. I am a native of Riviera Beach, and I'm in the same house I grew up in. My business is in West Palm Beach. I have partnered up with Monique Long with Monique Sweets and Treats, and we are now in West Palm Beach, and we have a full location. If you guys have not been by here, just stop by here just to see what we have. We are a full retail store. That means that anybody that's in the baking or the candy making or the whatever they do to make treats, we usually have the products here. Most of the time we do. Right now we on back order for a lot of things because of the COVID, so they say. And along with the products that we have as a retail store, we're also a full bakery. We have recently accumulated a lot of contracts, and God is so good, I must say. We have 5 restaurants now and 2 stores that we're baking for. So that's a big, big jump for us, and we are very excited. But that's why I'm here so late.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm here so late because I'm trying to make sure that one of the chefs that ordered all these pies get his pies tomorrow. But not much about me. Anthony said a little bit. I started out doing bake sales, and I'm not trying to say that I was the only one doing bake sales, Anthony, but at the time I didn't see that. And I knew that people would appreciate something like that to look forward to. So that's why I started out on Blessed Boulevard, which is with Chandra Stringer. Shout out to Chandra, who helped me to get to where I am. If I didn't follow what she said, I wouldn't be here. Believe me, I'd be doing it like everybody else, bootlegging it, not doing nothing the right way. So starting out there on Boulevard, I was there out on Saturdays, and as Anthony said, he saw me at an event. Any event, I was there. I wanted to be there so that I could get my name out there to get to where I am now. I am a social worker by degree. I have a degree in social work, but I got tired of taking care of other people's problems, and I decided to bake and use that as my therapy. My therapy is to bake. I love to bake, and I'm telling y'all, I just baked almost 450 pies in 2 days. And of course, I have my business and everybody else here. They jump in and help, but I'm usually the main person that's doing all of the baking. But like I said, West Palm Beach, community and military in the Domino's Plaza. And we're here Monday through, I have to remember our hours because I'm here all the time. Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, and Saturday from 9 to 2. That's it.
Okay. Wow, that is awesome. Let me see here if I can share this screen here. Hold on.
Congratulations, Miss Paula.
Thank you so much. It's a lot of hard work.
I watched you blossom from doing stuff at the church with your cakes and stuff to now you got a whole full-blown business.
Yes, God is good. Nothing but God. He's showing a few things that we've done this past weekend. Oh, my biggest thing was I made homemade Oreos. I don't even like Oreos, but they are delicious. They are delicious. Yes, everything that
what got you into baking?
Well, say it's probably about 20 years ago. I lost my job as a social worker. Because if you know the field, it changes all the time. And different agency, that's my business partner there, Monique. It changes, and I lost my job, and I had 2 boys to take care of. And I said, I gotta bake. So I made a cake, and I'll never forget, I sold it for $25, and it kept selling. And I was like, ooh, I could do this. And in 2017, I decided to quit my job as a social worker after about 13 years, almost 14 years of doing it. I decided to quit my job and do it full time because I was doing that good on the weekend. I would only work on the weekend, and I would make enough money like I worked for 2 weeks at my other job.
That's what's up.
Well, you know that the scriptures say that God will make your gifts make room for you. And I tell you, your gifts are on you, and this was probably your calling.
Yes, and if you guys, some may not know, but my story is I quit my job in 2017, and then 3-4 months later, I was diagnosed with stage 2 breast cancer. So that set me back because I was on the road, and I had my calendar to prove it. My calendar was full to the max. I was gonna do this. I was doing it. And I had that setback, and then I'm in like this May will be 3 years. I've been diagnosed with the breast cancer, but not even quite 2 years that I finished with all my treatment. So I just continue to put.
That's great.
Miss Paula.
Yes.
Okay, I wanted to ask you, because of the pandemic, has that slowed any of your business down, or do you feel like your business would be greater if it wasn't because of the pandemic?
Yes, of course it would be a lot greater because of all the weddings and stuff that we had booked for that new year of 2020, they were all set back. Now they're slowly but surely coming back because we're doing a lot of weddings. We go to Fort Lauderdale. We're a preferred vendor at a venue down there, and we do a lot of weddings down there, and it's picking up. But I must say that it has not changed much for us. We slow down at times, but we continue, I continue to pray and ask God to provide, and everything just keeps coming for us. And like I was saying, in a pandemic, like right now, we got 5 stores, 5 contracts to, you know what I'm saying? So that's a blessing within itself for people to actually want us to be into their business so that they can provide for their customers. 3 of the stores we don't tell, but the other ones we do.
Right. Well, that's wonderful because I know a lot of businesses have, special upstarts and small mom and dad businesses have really taken hits this year. So to know that you guys are still on the positive side of that, that's great.
Yeah, we took over this business during the height of the pandemic. The people that were here, they were older, and I think they're about 74 years old. And when we bought the business from them, it was in the middle of all this. So when it came to ordering, it came to, just getting supplies, the stuff that you could get like that, it stopped. We were waiting months just to get a paper or a box or something in here. But people didn't understand that. And now they understand because you can't even order on Amazon now and get it in a day. You got to wait 2 days or 3 days because of everything slowing down. But I must say that God is good and He has truly, truly provided for us because if we weren't busy, I wouldn't still be here. I was here last night, probably 9:04, and I continue. Is whatever I can do to keep our business going and going smooth, I do it. And Monique, she left because she had to go to work, but she does work a full-time job at this time.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Wow. Okay. Have you tried just an idea? Have you tried like with the networking with like the Chamber of Commerce?
We are working on a lot of things right now. Oh, I didn't even mention we're with the convention center here in Palm as well. Mm-hmm. We are providers for their services as well. Whenever they have an event that needs our service, if you guys saw I don't even remember when, it's such a nightmare. We did like 700, 800 cakes for them, and that was a nightmare for me. But we were blessed. Yeah, we had to provide for that.
I was just watching the other day when you had placed, I think it was either yesterday or the day before yesterday, you had put on Facebook that you that duty calls and you were doing 300 of the individual pies. I was like, oh my goodness, 300 pies.
Another 150 today, and then Friday I'll have another 100. I'm sorry.
On the average, when you're baking in large quantities like that, what size oven would you need, and how many do you bake at one time?
Well, I can bake 5 trays of 15, so that's what how many is that? 75?
75. Mm-hmm.
75 pies at one time. We don't have a huge oven. We have a convection oven that's not that big, but I know how to make it work because I did all of this at my house. So just imagine now I put 5 instead of 2. So I make it work. Yeah.
So on the average, when you're baking that many pies, how long does it actually take to bake 75 pies at one time in a conventional? I mean, in a big oven like that.
35 to 40 minutes.
Okay.
No.
So within for example, while I was waiting on you guys, I finished baking a whole case of sweet potato pies. I bagged up those 150 pies, and I made a carrot cake. Just in that time when he said, I said, remember, I finished all of that at one time. One, because I'm by myself, there's no phone, and ain't nobody asking me where this at, where that at. That's why I like to be here at night. Myself, and I like that.
I have a question, Ms. Paula. So is it the prep time that takes the longest, in your opinion, the prep and everything?
Well, can't hear you, Ms. Paula. Okay.
Is that like that time when I just peeled all those potatoes, I've already prepped for my next, like I got 5 batches out of that. So that I've already prepped. I put them into containers and I know how much is in those containers. And then the only part I have to do is add the other ingredients. So I do a lot of, I'm a teaching class over at Inlet Grove. I taught my prep. If you don't prep, and you start cooking and you need 6, you gotta stop what you're doing, go to the store, come back, and then that's more time. Right. So prepping is important for me.
I saw you did. I was interviewing Nikisha Freeman, with Freeman Jewelry Collection, and also the Freepreneurs. And I see that you did a project with the kids, the girls, because she works with the kids, the girls from I think 7 to 17, and you did a baking class with all the girls. That was amazing. How many girls was there?
Yeah.
How many girls was there?
6 of them. It was supposed to be. I think it was 6 of them. I don't remember. I just know that all of them were excited to be here, and that's one thing that I was grateful for. And then actually I just started mentoring one of them because she wants to bake, and she stuck to it since she's left. And then she came, her and her mother were here for like last week or 2 weeks. And then we talked about questions that she had on how to get licensed, what she should do about this, making a business card, how to go about that, so I was able to kind of direct her into where she needed to go. I don't mind sharing information. That's what people say all the time about me. They're like, how do you tell people something? I'm like, look, you could put 10 people in the room and bake the same cake, and it's going to be 10 different ways. I promise you when they come out the oven.
And you know they're coming to get your pie, your cake.
Miss Paula, do you do baking classes for girls often, or is that just like a one-time thing?
No, we do them often, but we just put it off until like the end of March or April. Why? Because we got so many contracts right now. It's hard for us to break away. Our Mondays used to be slow, and our Mondays aren't slow anymore. Because we got 2 restaurants we have to bake for on Tuesday and Friday, and then come back and do the other ones. So it's a lot right now. But we do have them, yes. We'll have them. We're going to have them some kind of way. We're going to make it work.
Well, I didn't know you did that, so I will be contacting you about the Young Ladies of Influence.
Okay. I did one time at the school when we had jam. At church when we had jam. I did it one time with the. So that's good. That'd be great.
Okay. So, Ms. Paula, being able to retire from a job in social working and going into a field that you enjoy doing, because obviously that's your passion. How many friends would you say were naysayers when you wanted to embark on this journey to have your own business? How many friends or associates would you say you've lost to jealousy?
Oh boy, that's a good one. Well, I'm gonna just say it I'm gonna keep it clean, because I tried to reach out to one person that's really, really not talking to me because I started making sweet potato pies. No lie. And I know your grandma made some, your grandma, and your grandma, and everybody's grandma made them. But I lost a really dear friend because of that. And it broke my heart because It's a pie.
Right.
And I'm still confused about it. I'm very confused about it. But guess what? Those pies are our top sellers right now. They are
I
our
know.
top sellers. 3-inch pies. I took Anthony one time when he called, when he was saying he couldn't get to me. I said, I'll bring it to you. I came right on to his house and got it and brought it to him. But I haven't lost a lot of friends, but my actual supervisor at my last job, she said to me, you need to quit. You need to quit. And I kept saying, it's coming, it's coming. And when I did, and then I had that setback, I questioned myself more than my friends did. My other friends, they wanted me to do it. They wanted me to do it. They was like, that's all you like to do. That's all you do. You bake all night and you go to work and blah, 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 you know. So, but yeah, I've lost one dear friend, and I'm like, okay.
Well, I'm gonna say maybe they really wasn't your friend. Maybe they had an ulterior motive. And sometimes what God does is He allows the foolishness to be exposed and move them out of your way.
Yes, that's where I have to look at it. That's the way I have to look at it, because I'm telling you, I searched for a recipe for pies for years. I mean, years, and I never could find one that I like. And then I found one, and now it is.
Miss Paula, you have a message right now. You have a message on the screen.
Oh, this is. I
can't get to you right now, but I will do you my address. Smiley face, smiley face. And he has a huge family, so he might be ordering them 300 pies.
Okay, Tommy.
Miss Paula, I got another question. Would you say that if you've never had strong faith, which I'm sure most of us do, but would you say that this experience has taught you how to lean more on God and step out on faith and put Him out first, and then continue to push through whatever setbacks and things like that may come, that you know that He didn't bring you this far to leave you?
My faith is the only thing that's kept me alive, period. Period. I couldn't depend on my mama, my daddy, nobody to keep me alive but my faith in God. Because let me tell you, that darn chemo will make you stand up straight and walk right. If you don't learn from something like that, I don't know what to tell you. But my faith has been so strong through everything, even before I had chemo. And what you call on here, Anya? T Savage.
Yes.
Yes.
They can all tell you that I was very active in the church. I did a lot of things. I always have my faith. My faith has been that's actually my boyfriend right there. Saying faith.
How you doing?
But if it was not for my faith, I wouldn't even have him in my life, because I'm gonna tell you, I had done wrote off
men all together.
Y'all want to talk about right now.
Listen, when I came in this, Miss Paula, when I came in this broadcast, I was like, oh, the way my mouth is, and Miss Paula, that's Miss Paula. I gotta be respectful. Y'all don't understand. I know Miss Paula since I was 10. Okay, she watched me grow up. She did my nails for my prom. Her daddy know my daddy. Her daddy is digging at my daddy's church. So I was like, oh, that's Miss Paula. I can't even talk like I want to.
Well, if Miss Paula did your nails for the prom, Miss Paula know what you did after the prom.
No, she doesn't.
Back then, now. Listen, Miss Paula used to bring them nails out, baby. Miss Paula could do some nails now.
Okay. Oh Lord, I can't tell nobody this. I was like, not.
Miss Paula got some of my deepest, darkest secrets over there.
I do that.
Wow.
But yes, my faith has really kept me alive. I mean, and true now that if it wasn't for that, my faith in God, I don't know where I would be, because I wanted to give up. That day that I found out I had breast cancer, I'm like, me? You know, why me? I did question God. I know people say don't question him, but I say, why me? I went into my room and I started to cry, and I said, you know, I said, no, you get up and you tell your story. So from that day on, I have been telling my story of me being diagnosed. When I lost my hair, people thought I was going to be devastated. That was the best feeling in my life, because I ain't never lost my hair, cut it that low. I was bald headed and I was just fine. I went live through the whole process.
And you
and you were looking good doing it too.
You couldn't tell me nothing, because that week my scalp, and like now, this is the longest my hair has been since I've stopped with chemo and radiation. But that radiation too, that'll get you to, you better believe in God too. That jump burn your skin up. But yes, thank you for that question. That was,
you are the first woman I have ever heard that say when they lost their hair, they was, ooh. Because, honey, I was freaking all the way the heck out.
Miss Paula turned fierce.
You know, I've always had hair like down to here and thick, really nappy hair. So when I lost my hair, I was like, ooh, I might get some better hair. And then everybody was like, it's going to come back. And it did. It came back. It's drawn up now. But I loved it. I really did.
That shrinkage is real. The shrinkage is real.
It is. It's bad too. Yeah.
No, it still look good though. It look good.
I'm trying to grow it out, because I got a special birthday next, not for me, but for him. So I'm trying to be cute, and yeah, that part.
Ooh,
I'm just starting to live again.
Okay. I'm grown now.
Miss Paul. Miss Paul. You know the topic today is love real or is love a spell? You know, and by you saying that with your gentleman friend that you're with, I mean, let me just ask you, what do you feel about that?
Hold on, but before she answer that, let me get these two commercials out, and then we'll go right into today's topic. Hold on.
Okay.
The Chill Zone. WTCZ Music Box Radio. Every Monday and Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. With your host, Apostle D. You can find it every Monday and every Wednesday at youtube.com/DmanABC3. Call in and request your favorite songs. Let's have some fun. The call-in number is 682-200-9345. The Chill Zone, WTCZ Music Box Radio. Every Monday and Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. With your host, Apostle D. Check it out.
I was involved briefly with a married man who believed he had the courage to leave his wife to be with me and to live his truth. This isn't the typical story of a married man promising to leave his wife for a secret lover. Rather, this is a story in part about a gay man who knew he was gay before he got married, but chose to marry a woman because he didn't know how to break free. Rocky and I met on a gay social media site 3 months after I returned to the East Coast to live, and just 11 months after he was married. At the time we met, he was living and working in Dubai as a contractor for the government on a military base, while his wife was stationed in Tallahassee, Florida, where they had a home. In one of the first messages he sent me, Rocky shared that he was married, but that he had regrets. He explained that he had come out to his mother and siblings when he was 18 years old. He said that.
To listen to more of One Thing for Certain, Two Things for Sure, a memoir continued, visit audible.com.
Okay, so let's get into tonight's topic. Tonight's topic is, as Legacy said, what is love? Is love real or is it a spell? Continue, Legacy.
No, I just wanted because I let's see the smile on her face, and how glad she is to have a man in her life that has been through the journey with her of what she was experiencing. So I just wanted to get her insight on, do she feel that love is a spell or is it real? Because it seemed to be once things get a little rocky, it wears off, especially when you think that you don't want to be with an individual anymore.
Mm. Oh, it's my turn. Well, I truly think that love is real. I'm not saying that I'm in love right now, but I'm in deep love because of the way the relationship started. You know what I'm saying? We've known each other for over 30 years. We just reconnected with Facebook. But in the past, yeah, I thought I was in love, and when you said spell, I think it was a spell because I think I just wanted. We just talked about this, my friend and I, and we talked about how we loved. Were we in love, or were we in love with the fact of being in love? I'm trying to say it, and I think that's one thing people, they want to be in love, so they create it. So it's like it's not really there. So that might be that little spell, but I think love is real. I do believe love is real. I ain't gonna tell y'all I've been married twice. I done loved 2 times. But at the same time, sometimes, like you said, after a while, things get old and then you gotta keep it right. But you got that's another show.
No, it's this show. This is definitely the show. So, Miss Paula, the reason I ask is because it just seems that in the beginning of that journey, that when everybody is giving their best, because everybody in the beginning, everybody has a reason of why they're giving their best. And once people get comfortable, Anthony wants to link on it, but once people get comfortable in their relationships, people tend to lose that same affection over the years. So eventually the love dwindles. The love dwindles down. And once the love dwindles away, especially if they separate, that's when you notice that the aura that love used to have no longer covers those individuals, because the vast majority of people, when they separate, they really can't even tolerate each other or being around each other. So this is why
like a honeymoon stage when it's all good and everything is roses and
right. So for me, yes, I do believe that there is a such thing as love. I do, but I think it's more. You love your children, you love your mama, you love your daddy, your siblings, but you don't have to fight for that same type of love, that unconditional love, the way you do when you're dealing with someone outside of your immediate family. It's like you have to constantly keep satisfying that individual, lust for attention, affection, financial status, and things of that nature, to where when you can't give that on a consistent basis, people tend to look for it from other people at that time.
Exactly.
So to me,
I think being in love with somebody.
Go ahead, Nicole.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead, Nicole.
No, I was just saying. All I wanted to say was I want somebody to love me and be in love with me. And I think that some people are one-sided with it. They love you, but they're not in love with you. And when they're in love with you and they love you at the same time, it is a total different ball game. I promise you. I'm 53 years old and I'm just learning this because I always say I love you, but that didn't mean that I was in love with the person. So therefore, I went on and found somebody else I wanted to love. So it's just that people don't take it like that. They just say, I love you.
They use that word love and friendship so loosely, like it's nothing.
Exactly.
Right, because I've actually
and they're in love with that person. It just means that I love you. I can tell somebody that walk in the store, I love you. And if you got that, I don't even know that.
Exactly.
It's just
what you gonna say, Donnell?
It's just like what she was saying. Being in love with a person and loving a person is two totally different things. Like with my second wife, I had to tell her, I love you because you're the mother of my child. But I'm not in love with you. I love you deeply because we share a connection, we share a soul, we share a life. So I love you because of the fact that you're the mother of my child, but I'm not in love with you because number one, you already know why I'm not in love with you. But I love you. I deeply love. Like I would stab somebody in their neck for you. I love you that much. But I'm not in love with you to the point where my every breath is you, my every thought is you, my everything. But like Miss Paula was saying, but when you have that connection of I love you and I'm in love with you, man, that's a dynamic that you can't beat. And I thank goodness, thank God, I finally found that connection. Now I got I love you and I'm in love with you. So both of them together, man, they had you walking through your day just smiling for no reason.
Woo! I have a question. Is it possible to fall in and out of love with your partner?
Yes.
Because I be like, on Monday, I'm in love with you, and then Tuesday, I can't stand your ass. And then Wednesday, I'm so in love. And then next week, I can't.
Miss Savage, I'm going to say this on that.
Trash, you don't love them.
I'm going to say this. Because that he's an apostle. For me, I think when there's a Bible quote scripture that says love conquers all. That love is all enduring. That there's nothing that love cannot conquer.
Right.
Am I right? Am I right, Apostle?
You right, but
yes, sir. Hold
on. I wasn't finished. Now, the reason that I feel that, on Mondays you love your husband, it's going to become a pattern. And, you love him so much still because you're still there.
Right.
Now, if you have to go questioning yourself on why you're falling in and out, then you might be questioning if you need to be in a relationship. Because your love is not consistent.
Well, I wouldn't say that. The reason why
I disagree with that.
The reason why I brought Torian on is because he could tell you at one point in our relationship we experienced that. Where for a minute, it doesn't mean that our love wasn't consistent. It's just we experienced a time where we just was not that in love with each other. It wasn't because
Kamal, I'm in love with your brain. I'm in love with your brain, Kamal.
It's not even that. It's more so the fact that
your mic is real low.
I can't hear him.
You say your mic too low.
Yeah. the reason why you can fall in and out, how you fall in and out of love is the things that that person did when they first got you, they stopped doing, or you the reason why you end up falling out of love is because you're distant. You're not talking to the person. You're not talking to that person. You're not communicating. You're not expressing how you feel. So at the same time, you might love that person, but you might not be able to talk to that person. You might not want to talk to them. You might not even want to be around them. You can love a person and not want to be around them. Some people think that you can't do that. You can. You can be around a person. You can be around a person and not love a person. It's called being cordial. We all do it. You can be around some person. You can be around somebody that you don't like. You can deal with somebody that you don't like. You can have love with somebody.
Sorry, I hear you on that, but I don't deal with individuals that I don't. If I have an issue with you, I'm going to either one, remove myself, regardless if I love you or not. I'm gonna remove myself. I'm not gonna be cordial. I'm just gonna remove myself. And if I got to hold that much energy to where
I feel like if you remove yourself, then
go ahead.
I have to remove myself because I don't play like that. So if I don't feel you, I'm not going to continue dealing with you.
Nobody said they didn't feel the person, but I feel like it's different in the marriage because you can't just stop dealing with a person because you ain't feeling them.
You can't just up and leave. Right.
You can't just up and leave. Like,
that's true.
The reason why I say you can is because it's communication. If a person don't know how you feel, because you're not talking to them, yeah, you can love a person but fall out of love because you can't talk. In a marriage, the person that you with is supposed to be your best friend. They supposed to be that person that you can talk to. They supposed to be that person that you can come to. If you love that person, but you can't talk to that person, that means you fell out of love with that. That means you fell out of love with that person because you should be able to come to that person and talk about anything. No matter how you feeling. If you out of love with that person, then that means that the person that you with, they not your best friend no more. Right. They somebody who is distant to you.
So are you saying that best friends? Let's say, for instance, I do have a lot of some of my friends that I grew up with. Over the years, we've had our differences, and we went without talking. But I never turned my love off there because if any one of them needed me in the process of us not talking, I still would have been there for them.
But that's our best.
I didn't fall.
That's a different.
The reason I used that is because you said that your lover supposed to be your best friend, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, but if you also have other people that you love that you say are your best friends too. For me, I have a guy best friend and I have a woman best friend. And we've all had our differences. But I've never, and I ain't talking about in love, I've never fell out of love with either one of those individuals because we couldn't see eye to eye.
Those are different kind of best friends you're talking about. Two partners being best friends, that's a totally different type of best friend relationship. My best friend right there, TeAma Copeland, her eyes. Okay, that's her right there.
Fourth grade.
Hey, well, you looking good and pregnant and glowing, but it's a different type of best friend. It's different. I just told my husband the other day, and you know I'm not a real private person. I don't mind put my business out there. I told my husband, listen, I feel like we ain't friends no more. We ain't friends no more. Something is happening. Now, and I understand what Don Allen's spouse was saying about communication how you should be able to communicate because I communicate with mine all the time. We communicate all day long, but I still don't feel like it was the same like it was in the beginning. I feel like the same way you get a person, you have to keep doing it to keep that person. However you started off is how you should continue it throughout the relationship. It shouldn't be.
Hold on 1 minute, Anya. Don Allen, your microphone got y'all sounding way far away. Even when you come on and your voice is stronger than his, you sound far away.
Is it better
Right.
No.
So
where's your microphone?
the way I just
microphone. I don't see it this time.
Okay.
Okay.
Legacy, I get what you're saying. And I'm seeing it from your point of view. But the difference between the best friend that you talking about best friend as in friends, homeboys. That's the best friend you talking about. The best friend that we're talking about is the best friend that's in a marriage. Your partner should be your best friend. It's different it's different in a friendship. In a friendship, you know how many people you can go. You know how many people in a friendship you can go without talking to, and then you come back and you still be chummy and buddy as if nothing happened and no time actually got away from you two. Yeah, that's a different type of friendship. But in a relationship, the reason why that person is your best friend is because that person took time to get to know you, and you became one with that. You became one with that person. So at the same time, you being one with that person, you should be able to. There should be no love lost. If there is a love loss, it's only because of communication purposes. You two not communicating. You two not open. You two not talking to each other. You're not expressing how you feel. So therefore, you two, that friendship that y'all had, that closeness that y'all had, y'all don't have it no more. That's where the love loss comes from.
So, Terry, do you think that because I do believe that people do stop communicating in relationships, but just because there's no great communication like it was in the beginning doesn't necessarily mean that the relationship has to fall apart. Over the years, you talk people put 10, 20, 30 years into marriages, you are not going to always be best of friends.
You're not.
Because people over the years tend to get set in their ways and either grow apart after they done got older and they don't invest too much time and money into a relationship to walk away from it.
Well, when you
and so they end up spending the rest of their life miserable because they spent too much time in a relationship that they were not happy in.
Right. And the good thing about what happened with our situation was we were able to get a grasp on it in going into our third year. Because we only been married February, May, 4 years we've been married. So we was able to going into the 3.5 mark, right before we got to 4, is when we actually figured out there's a problem here. We got to fix this because we're not each other's best friend anymore. Because we used to be, when we first got together, when we first met, we dated before we got married. We dated long distance on the phone. Our conversations used to be 6 and 4 and 5 hours.
Yeah.
Because we were friends first. Before anything, we were friends. And so I'm like, wait a minute. After the first year after we got married, I'm like, wait a minute. We not friends no more. We don't talk. Like, we'll talk maybe 20 minutes. He'll go to work, come back. I'll go here, go there, come back. We talk maybe 20 minutes and then roll up and go to bed. I'm like, wait a minute. Like, what happened to, the 3-hour conversations, 2-hour conversations? We don't have those anymore. And so we actually realized, I would say at half of last year, the second half of our third year, we finally realized, okay, I think we kind of like fell out of love, and we both realized we had to come to a amiable agreement and say, okay, well, we got to work on this thing and get this thing back in order. And so I started doing the things that he saw in me in the beginning. Like you say, what like the saying goes, what you do to get him, you got to keep him. When he first met me, I was confident. I was doing things. I was trying things. I was trying to, but then now here it is. A couple of years gone past. Now I'm letting everything defeat me. I'm letting everybody mess with me. I'm letting everybody, you know what I'm saying? So now he's like, wait a minute, you're not that strong man I met before. So now it's kind of like turning me off a little bit. It's kind of like irking me. You know what I'm saying? And so when I started realizing that's excuse my language, Miss Paula. That's when I let my scrotum drop. I'm not gonna say the other word. I had to let my scrotum drop, and so yeah, they hanging now, they hanging, and so I had to let my sack drop so that I could.
So you just gonna keep saying it over and over for real?
I did. Excuse me. I had to, be a man and get up to what he fell in love with. So now I'm back to like, okay, so now we back to the little, the little flirty calls. The little texts, we back. And I started back doing that again. I started back, sending the little gifts, the little GIF images, sending the little moving pictures. Hey, I miss you. I love you. What you doing, sexy? Hey, what's going on? I send him little stuff because I call him, my nickname for him is Baby Cakes. What you doing, Baby Cakes? How's work going, Baby Cakes? What's going on? And then I noticed that we started back falling in love when he started back calling me Big Daddy again. Because that had went away. He was just calling me babe or babe. When he started back calling me Big Daddy again, that's when I knew. I was like, oh, shucks. We back in love again because now he calling me Big Daddy again. I earned my title back. And I got it back. And now he knew that we were back in love when I started back calling him Baby Cakes. Because he knows that's his name. And so, that was our journey.
You can fall out of love, but you can fall out of love, but don't stop right there. Figure out what's wrong with it. And try to, as our parents used to say, as our grandparents used to say, not our parents, as our grandparents used to say, you better nip that shit in the butt before it get out of control, and you can't stop it. That's basically what my grandma used to always say.
But if you're out of love, it's already out of control.
Not necessarily, because you can catch it, because you know certain signs, you know certain signals. Like, a person don't talk to you sweet no more. A person don't talk to you sweet no more. A person don't confide in you. A person don't come to you. They talking to everybody else but you.
I see what you're saying, Legacy. Then it's already too late. But what Tori's saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, Tori, but what Tori's saying is the fact that you're still there, there's an opportunity to make it right.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, Tony.
We finish because you're still there. At some point, you start saying, "I miss what I used to have," or "I miss that feeling. I miss that warm embrace. I miss that cuddling and kissing." But I'm still here, so I got a chance to make it right. So yes, I may have fallen out of love, but I'm in love with the thought of what it was when I was in love. So let me try this again. Where did I go wrong? Or where did we go wrong?
Yeah, exactly.
Turn to your neighbor and say, "Fix it."
You can fall. Yeah.
Miss Paula.
I wanted to tell you guys, thank you so much for the respect that you give me, but you have no idea, okay, what I've heard and what I'll say. And I appreciate all that respect on your words, but don't worry about me. I'm 53 years old, and I have some stories to tell.
Miss Paula.
I don't know, Miss Paula. I don't know. That's Miss Paula right there.
Miss Paula, falling out of love.
I'm your mama.
Like that. love it when people think of me. I really do.
Paula, don't give them that freedom because they look a while.
And that's the way I'm.
Miss Paula, the mess up.
Excuse me, I've had a long. Yes, Legacy.
Are you about to leave?
What did he say?
Are you about to leave?
Are you?
I would like to.
Hold on, I got a question for you. You've been married twice. When you fell out of love, was ball game over? Was it over? You didn't have anything anymore to do with that person.
That is correct. My first marriage, when I divorced him, when he got put out by the police, I did not go back. I did not go back to him for nothing but that child support. I don't care how good the dick was. I stayed where I was. Yeah. Now my second husband.
Yes, that coin was
that was that's the one I shouldn't have left. But the second husband, it was because we didn't have anything in between us, whether like people like children thing. It was easy. I never slept with him again. I never touched him. I kissed him, and I asked him why he called me. So no, I'm good for walking away. If I walk away, I'm done. I don't go back. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to say nothing.
So actually, then, if you're saying that when you fell out of love, that because you've had so much in between there before you got to I fell out of love with you, then there was no fixing I fell out of love.
No, but there was a reason I fell out of love. My first husband was abusive. So that right there was icing on the cake. And my second husband just wanted to send all his money to Jamaica. And I wanted to live too. So I was like, okay, well, you be with your family, I'll be with mine.
So you fell out of love with the actions there, not the person.
Yeah, because they weren't in love with me. They just loved me. They weren't in love with me. And I prayed this time, I said, Lord, give me somebody. If you're going to give me somebody that's a God-fearing man. That's saying that they can't do wrong, but it's a God-fearing man and that's going to love me and be in love with me. And that was my only thing I asked God. I said, God, I don't care if it ain't good, if it's sideways or whatever it looks like, I'll take that part. But I want somebody to love me and be in love with me.
Wait a minute. Before say if it ain't good, if it's sideways. So before let me, even if the D trash, just as long as you're a good man.
That's what she's saying.
I was real specific with my stuff. I gave God a whole list. I was 6'3", bald head, long beard.
So T Savage, the same question that Legacy asked her. You a professional wife. You done been married 3 times. Answer that question. Because I'm showing enough waiting to answer. That's why I'm being so quiet.
I've been married 3 times. I've been married 3 times.
I just been waiting.
So what?
Can you repeat the question?
T Savage, get to the question.
Repeat the question. What was the question again?
Legacy, give her the question.
So when you fell out of love, when your first 2 marriages, was there anything they could have done to reconcile the relationship, or you just totally wanted to be without them?
Turned out.
It's nothing. My second marriage. It's nothing he could have done to reconcile it, but we still slept together. I'm not gonna say we cut communication off because the dick was good. The dick was fine. So the day of the divorce, I was leaving his house. He like, where you going? I'm going to court to divorce you. And I went to court without him and divorced him. My second husband was abusive. My daughter's father, once it was over, the last time it was over, because it was like a cycle. It was a cycle, same thing, over and over and over and over. And I was like, I refuse to deal with this revolving door.
Right.
So, my first marriage, there was nothing that she could do, because even though, yes, I may have known who I was and that I wasn't attracted to females, it was still the fact of I'm working 2 jobs. I was pastoring and I was working security at night. Send you through nursing school to do all this stuff for you, and you could have. I didn't care. Okay, let's be honest. I didn't care that she cheated, because I wasn't giving her the D no way, because I didn't really want to be with her. It was a sham marriage anyway. But my thing was, if you gonna do it, don't do it in my house where I pay the bills. At least be respectful enough to go to the no-tell motel and do what you got to do. Handle your business. I wouldn't have cared that she cheated. It didn't bother me. That wasn't the problem. Get yours. If you need to get your nut, baby, get your nut. But don't do it in my house where I paid the bills. So there was nothing that she could have ever said. I put her out that same day when I found her doing. I was like, listen, don't take no clothes because I paid for them all. Don't take nothing. Don't take no money. So you petty. Everything.
I'm about to say, you a petty nigga.
I did, and guess what? And all of her
Apostle
clothes.
Apostle P for petty. Apostle Petty.
Listen, and I took I did, and I took all them church hats and all them clothes that she was sitting on the front row with. I took them and gave them away to the women at the church. Now
she better than me, because I wouldn't have left. By law, you can't put me out. I get married up for 7 days. I ain't going nowhere. Evict me legally. Oh wait, we married. You can't. You had the right one.
I have a question. I have a question for Miss Paula, for Miss T Savage, and for Torian. Miss Paula, T Savage, and Torian. Now, our last show, the topic of the last show was, does good dick make you go crazy? And since Miss Paula, you gave us the okay to just talk freely.
Okay.
We can answer the question.
For me, yes.
Does good dick
yes, it does. Yes, it does. I'm gonna say it. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Reason being, if a nigga giving you, excuse my language, if a nigga giving you garbage dick, you not gonna care what a nigga doing, really. You not gonna care. You not gonna even pay him no attention. Reason being, it's garbage. You go find somebody else to give it to you. If it's good, you not going nowhere. That's what makes me like.
The lies you tell. Wait a minute.
At the same time, that's also my opinion. That's also my opinion, because how I feel about it is, if it's good, I ain't going nowhere. If it's garbage,
so he whooping your ass. And you ain't go. I ain't going nowhere. He blacked my eye, but the dick fine. So he blacked my eye.
You every other way.
So this T Savage answer. Yes, good dick can make you go crazy, because I had to look around. The first time he put his hands on me, like, keep in mind the dick was good, like swinging from the fan, crawling up the walls, good. And the first time he put his hands on me, I said, "Oh, it was just a one-time thing." The second time, he was just mad, but the dick was good. The third time, I said, "Okay, this is the pattern. I don't give a damn how good the dick is. I will not become a statistic." And I walked away. Now, it took me a little minute now.
That second time, you get the
first time. It took me a little minute.
The first time might be a slip up. For me, the first time might be a slip up. That second time you put your hands on me, you gonna see the real crazy side of me, because I'm finna beat your ass. I don't care.
I personally was holding on to that marriage because my parents, nobody wanted me to marry this man, and I wanted the marriage to be successful. I wanted to show everybody I can make this work. This is a changed man. People can change. Shit me.
But you should have known. If Reverend Dr. Tony Drake told you that man wasn't no good for you, you should have left that alone.
If this nigga
That's not your husband. Shut up, TeAma.
when he put his hands on you that second time, you should have been gone. Because
listen, reality. If I have to call the police on you, it's a wrap.
I'm not calling the police on you. I'm calling the police on me. I'm calling the police on me. I'm calling the police for me. Reason being is because I'm finna
answer the question.
Oh, I thought I was Skip. It'll make you do some crazy things, but I'm like Anya on this one. I cannot. Once you put your hands on me and once you downgrade me mentally and break me down, ain't nothing that good. Because I can still remember it. If I can remember, it was good. If I don't remember it, then that means that it wasn't worth nothing. But it not for me. Not for me. It wouldn't make me stay. It wouldn't make me stay. Now, especially like you were saying, hands on me, no.
Listen, it had got it the last time with me. I came to the realization when he lives on 33rd Street and my church is on 35th Street. And he was trying to jump on me and I ran out the house. I didn't have dreads. I had long rope twist down to my butt. I had a t-shirt and underwear. I was running down the street. That nigga caught up with me and wrapped his hand around my head and dragged me back in the house. I said, oh, this ain't gonna work. This not gonna work.
He tried to kill you.
Yeah.
Nah, with me.
But the thing, with that, like she said, with that right there, that doesn't seem like he had good. It seems like you had good. But he had to run you down the street.
I got exes blocked to this day still trying to get this ass, so I know my shit good. But we the question was
okay. That's one of them you put it on.
If your ex is still reaching out to you after 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years, you got that good, that boomerang.
Basically, you drove him crazy. It's the other way around. It's the other way around. Basically, he drove you. Basically, you drove him crazy because you gave him that good.
But in my little peanut brain, he had to drive me a little crazy for me to stay with him as long as I did, and he was fighting on me.
But see, with me, I'm sorry, and how I look at it is, if I gotta call the police, I'm calling the police for me. Reason being is because I'm finna beat your ass. If I'm calling the police, I'm not finna call the police on you. I'm calling the police on me because they finna take me to jail for beating your ass. Cause you know
I'm gonna be honest with you. That, for me personally, I believe in spiritual warfare. That particular marriage, I feel, was an attack on my family to drag my dad down, to drag my family down. And to this day, when I look at him, I don't even see how I could have ever been attracted to that. But I feel like
that's exactly why I say that love is a spell.
Don't cut me off. Let me finish. I feel like it was he always do that to me. It was spiritual warfare. It was really spiritual warfare. And at that time, I wasn't in a great place. Now, nowadays, 2021, you come at me like that, Lucy on that ass. Yeah. Lucy always with me. So it's different now, and I'm in a different headspace. But back then, I really didn't have as much control as I do now. So
listen, to piggyback off on what you said, T Savage, about the spirits and the demons. I realized the other day when I was in my mother-in-law, excuse me, I don't call her my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law, she said that she had heard a message and then she sent it to me that we could catch a thing called STDs. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I know sexually transmitted. She said, no, sexually transmitted demons. Because when you sleep with different people carry different spirits. And
you pick up whatever they got. It's like soul ties. You all connected. Everybody that you sleep with, it's all connected. And if you're not spiritually strong, it will suffocate you. Yeah, it will be your demise. Yes.
That reminds me of that DVD back in the day. Juanita Bynum, No More Sheets.
Yeah.
Crazy. That soul tie thing is real. That if you're not strong spiritually, it will attack you, and that's exactly what it did to me. And I let it.
Yeah.
But that's the past. We all got a story. So
I like yours the best though.
You know what, TeAma? I don't like.
Oh.
I got more stories than you.
No, when I say that because I have stories, and me personally, I'm one of them ones. We both been married 3 times. I have absolutely no tolerance.
See,
that's why they call you, because he wouldn't be alive right now. I call you.
This my first one. This my first one.
And
So,
when I was younger, my ex-husband, I shot him. I have no tolerance for stupid shit.
yeah.
I have no tolerance for you're grown. I'm not your mama. Don't lie to me. Don't try to think you're smarter than me. Any of that type of stuff, there's a no deal.
We all know women smarter than men anyway, so we're gonna leave that right there where it's going.
Oh Lord,
I'm smarter than him.
Hey, look, that's between you and Legacy.
Hey, that was shade, Legacy. That was a whole shade tree. Right towards you, sir.
I have another question from the panel. Again, Miss Paula, T. Savage, and Torian. On another previous show we had, the topic was, does size matter?
No. Reason being, if you know how to use what you got, I don't personally care. But you also know how to use yours too.
Oh God!
If you know how to use, yours, I don't care.
But no, what he's saying is, I have the size and I know how to use it. So that's the
why you keep going back to those
topics? That's what you said.
What I'm saying is, from my opinion, no, size does not matter. It's all in how you use it. Because if you know how to use what you got,
you know, size doesn't matter if you know how to use it. But I don't want
no baby
horse home man, and when the next man come, if another man come, he falling out because you got your thing.
Thank you.
No,
thank you.
I can see your uterus from down here.
Thank you.
What?
Hello.
Thank you.
Listen, if I ever, I'm married now, but let me. I'm gonna leave that alone because he behind me sleep. He's sleep behind me. I can't stop.
Miss Paula,
he behind me.
The floor is yours, Miss Paula.
I've had the good and I've had the, but I'll just say this: my last little relationship that I had, the guy, he thought he was the best, and it was the worst. But I made him feel like it was the best.
Oh shit!
I got a question though. Is it possible to have somebody that you sleep with and they say it's the best, but it's the worst? Is it possible for you to make it the best? Is it possible for you to get them up to your level if they're not performing like you want them to? Because I feel like sexually,
you already know that.
Let me finish. I feel like sexually, you have to communicate with your partner to know what each other likes, fill each other out. Why you keep doing this?
Because you know the answer to that.
Oh, I'm just laughing. I'm trying to keep myself from laughing.
Oh, laugh. So laugh. This is the A.T.L. show. Laugh.
I mean,
I'm like, what's his name? I don't know. I'm sorry. With a pasta there.
Torian.
It's how you use it. It's how you use it. And two, women got to understand too, all this right here, and that don't matter all the time. Because that ain't what gets you the way you gotta get. So if that person knows how to please you in other ways, then that right there kind of makes up for what they might be like.
Wait a minute.
Amen, Miss Paula. Amen.
You know the other ways, Legacy. It's called that tongue action. It's called that finger action. It's called what you do. Exactly. It's called what you do. Sometimes
I agree with you, Miss.
Sometimes you gotta use what's more than just what's hanging between your legs to get them off. You gotta use the hands. You gotta use the tongue. You gotta kiss them. You gotta touch them.
I don't know. The sex got to be. The sex has got to be deep. I know sex is not everything in a relationship, but it's got to be decent. We got to get it decent if it ain't.
I know it ain't everything, but this one right here, when he don't get it, this one right here, when he don't get the D, he becomes the devil. He becomes the devil. He's like a female on her period.
I'm gonna say it. I'm like, when I don't get it, I'm like a female on my period. I'm like a female on the period.
You know what though? I can attest to that because when I married my husband, I told him if we ever arguing and we at this place and we always arguing, just snatch my clothes off, tear my ass up, and I'm gonna wake up in the morning and cook you breakfast. That's what I'm gonna do. Butt naked in the kitchen. Okay? That's all you gotta do. If I go to acting up, just put the dick down. That's it. That's all I want. That's it. But that's real though.
I feel that. I feel that when it comes to that I'm with Kamal. I think chemistry is everything because the more that a woman loves the man, the greater the enhancement of the intercourse is. If you can have sex with anybody and just let them get enough. But that doesn't mean you enjoy it.
That's CC.
So if the chemistry is there, that's what makes sex that much better.
Yeah, sex is not just physical, it's mental, it's emotional.
Yes.
I told y'all when me and my husband first got married, we were so connected spiritually and mentally that he was the first man to make me squirt.
Oh God. What it is, family?
What's up, Ruth?
Hey, Ruth Anna. I mean, real life squirt. I didn't even know I could do that. I didn't know.
I could attest to that. I
didn't know
about the leg shaking, no back breaking.
Listen, I didn't know about that one tear. I learned about that by squirting and about that one tear. I said, why the fuck? I be like, why the hell people crying in these sex things on TV? I don't get it. My sex is good, but I ain't never cried about this shit. After that squirt, I felt that little tear come out there. I said, what is this?
I did that. I was the first person.
I ain't sad. What is this?
I was the first person to ever hit his G spot. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta find that. Sarah's talking about it.
Sarah's talking about marriage.
Marriage something. Hell yeah. Look, it's hard out here for a pimp.
It sure is.
What? Oh, Sissy want to talk about it here now. She want to talk about it when her mama was watching.
Look, she talking about that one. You know what that one is? Yeah. See,
you gotta kill your CC.
Listen, that thing is serious. You don't get
she been about them kids.
She married.
Yeah, she been about them kids.
Listen, I didn't think that was possible. I'm like, what the hell they crying for? I know now. Shit, I know now.
Miss Paula talking.
Oh, I knew what an orgasm was. I just never experienced one. It's a difference.
Yeah. What happened?
No, we were saying. No, he said.
I gotta go home.
To do it. And I said, yeah, he the only person. I said, yeah. That's the first time I knew what an orgasm was. I knew about an orgasm.
Miss Paula, you gotta leave. You can go ahead and leave.
Miss Paula, we thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Love y'all.
Yes, Miss Paula.
I think she's still on. She don't realize she gotta hit exit. Leave the room. Okay, that's
Cece said her mom sleep dancing, so she can talk now.
I see that.
That's funny.
Well, Sissy, tell me about that thorn then. Since I asked you about that last week, tell me about the thorn.
This one.
No, the question Cece couldn't answer last week was, did she want which one she wanted to eat, the front or the back?
TeAma, you're not muted.
Yeah, that was the question.
That somebody else had asked.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Is it just me or is TeAma just glowing? Looks so gorgeous.
She is. So I'm pregnant.
Let me see. Thank you, boo.
Just glowing.
I see you sparkling.
Oh, TeAma, look. I did it.
I see you sparkling with the girls.
I did my own hair.
Right.
Look.
No.
TeAma taught me this, y'all. TeAma taught me this.
Hey, the girl saying how you doing?
You see she come out both. You see it?
Cece said she want both.
Yeah, I know it. I know she do.
She said eat it like groceries.
Yeah. You know what? They used to be our joke when we first got married. You want some groceries? You want me to get them groceries for you? Yes, Daddy.
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, I can confess. I can attest to that now. I can attest to that. You can always go grocery shopping. The store is always
I know that's
open.
right.
The store is always open.
But you got it.
No grocery shopping over here. I ain't doing no grocery shopping.
You do grocery shopping. You do grocery shopping with the girls you be with. You do grocery shopping
every other day.
You do.
I ain't gonna go hit on you. I'm gonna let you have that.
You go grocery shopping. You go grocery shopping. Yes, you do.
I have grocery shop a few times.
I got a question for the guys.
Oh God.
I guess for the women too. Have you guys? This is a random question. During oral sex, when you've been with the person with piercings in their mouth, do you find a difference in the feel with piercings as opposed to without piercings? Or have you never had anybody with a piercing?
Yes. There's a difference when he put his tongue ring in, and he's slobbing on the knob.
Okay.
And he put the tongue ring in. There's a difference. It does something. It kind of titillates. It's that feeling of that silver ball in there. It do
the
something.
metal.
And and it be having me like.
It's like that vibrator you put on.
Yeah,
I never asked anybody. I always wanted to ask somebody. Legacy, you made that birthday stop, but you made an appearance in the produce section. I'm done.
Them piercings is like that vibrator you put on you. It just does something to you where it sends that electric. It just sends that electricity up you and make you feel wonderful and it gives you that awesome release.
The awesome Jawsome?
Yes.
The awesome Jawsome.
That just takes your breath away. Yeah, that's what it feels like to him when I do that.
Legacy?
I love the way we wound up over here.
You got a comment there, Legacy?
I want to know about the piercing.
Well, for me, the piercing for me is just a sexual attraction when I see the woman with it in her mouth. It doesn't do anything for me other than to be able to look at it. Now, if I am kissing, then to be able to play with it while we're kissing is a different thing. It's an enhancement for me because we're sharing something like that. But it being on my penis doesn't do anything extra spectacular. The slob on the penis does that.
Well, what kind of girls you done had down there?
I had a few that are great, but it still is my mental to where that doesn't do anything for me like that.
Okay.
Hold on, let me ask real quick. Torian, what's your schedule Friday?
I think I got it all day. Let me look at my schedule. Hold on.
You work Friday?
I think so. It might be all day. I don't know.
And Ruth and Cece, Friday is our next show, but on the last show of every month and you too, T Savage. Our topic is really just chatting with friends. We don't have any general topic. We just all get together on here and we just talk randomly about whatever for the duration of the show. So Friday's show is called Chatting with Friends. So Mello, Torian, Donnell, CC, Ruth.
I got a night shift. Yeah. Like what
Damn.
time is that show?
9 o'clock.
See, I'll be at work.
Nicole, make sure you send me the link, Nicole.
So yeah,
I'll think about it.
With friends, so
Okay, well, whatever you feel is best.
Ruth, CC, y'all watching, Jasmine.
I'll definitely be here. Okay.
Chi, Donnell, Savage.
Yeah.
Mello, Anthony,
Rami, Anthony. Yeah, so come on Friday, chat with friends and
also I want to invite Miss Quiet Storm.
Who's Quiet Storm?
When she show up, you'll know who she is.
We need Esther to come to the room too.
I'll be right back.
I want y'all to show up and show out. CC, Miss Ruth, bring your whole crew. Also, we could Nunu, Valia, your crew, come on through.
That's what I need to do. Okay.
Come on, got a comment there.
Piercings ain't no different. Better believe that.
I don't need no piercing either. I'm good at what I do without it. But at the same time, I do it because
Legacy?
I like doing it. If I put
up?
it in and I feel like putting it in and I do it, then hey, I do it. But at the same time, I'm good at what I do. I'm good at what I do.
So, CC,
the other person, thank you for coming on, because boy, I couldn't handle that. So you telling the truth?
I'm good at what I do.
When you thank the other dude for being on that, what's his name? Cornelius. Talking about because you couldn't handle them, so she right. You cannot handle their crew.
That's not what he said. I don't know what you talking about.
Tony, did he say that? Yes, you did.
About what?
When the women was letting his ass have it and Cornelius was...
No, I did not. No, I did not. I don't know if you went back and watched it, but they ain't having nothing. What I said was that I enjoyed those ladies' confrontation that we had and that they were great. That's what I said.
No, what did you say to Cornelius?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about.
But
I'll send it to you. You know I do one better.
For Miss CC and her crew, Miss Ruth and the other young lady, yes, we would love to have y'all guys back Friday.
So let me ask you, Torian.
Yes.
That's what I was telling him. He said he didn't.
You ready for this question, Torian?
Yeah.
Okay, now you got to answer honestly.
Okay.
Hold on. So Torian.
Yes, sir.
Since he's an apostle, a man of faith, do you have him speaking in tongues?
Yes, I do.
Ishata.
Yes, I do. I have him speaking in tongues all the time. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I have him speaking in tongues when we not in the bed. I have him speaking tongues when we in the bed, and he go deep in tongues when he's in the bed. So I'm good at what I do, and I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. I don't need a piercing. I only do it just because I like doing it, and I try something different. But I don't need a piercing.
Well then.
The question was,
Because the first time I blew him, I did not have my tongue ring in, and he did not know that I had one.
Hey, EBB, Shanama.
Legacy, this is the stuff that Tony wants to know.
This is stuff that make it interesting.
For who?
Legacy just gonna be quiet on that.
A show.
For who?
A show.
He say for a show, Herman. Your roommate don't agree.
I didn't ask his opinion.
So, but Terry, what the question was that Miss Savage asked was, does it makes it better? You said that you good with it or without it. That Alex said that it does drive him wild. So it's just, and I said that it's nice to see, but because I want to see whoever my woman with it, but when she do it, it's not going to, for me, I ain't saying nobody else, for me, it's not going to do anything for me. Because some people think that having that little ball in their mouth, it got some type of lung power that makes it an extraordinary experience. It's the person that's doing it, that makes it that much better.
Now, see, I can't answer. See, honestly, I personally can't give an honest answer because I've never had anybody blow me, nor have I had anybody blow me with a tongue ring. So personally, the question that she asked is pertaining to you, and it's pertaining to him, because I can't honestly answer that question only because I've never had it done to me. So I can't personally answer that question. The only thing I can say is I'm good at what I do. So whether I got it in or not, I'm still gonna get you off.
I was gonna say you might not have never had it done personally, but at the same time, you know somebody's reaction with it as opposed to somebody's reaction without it. Is it the same reaction?
I get the same reaction. With or without it. I know me personally. From me personally, when I do it, I know I get the same reaction. So it kind of doesn't matter whether I have it in or not. But for him, it's something totally different because I drive him wild when I do it, but for some strange reason, when I have it in, it kind of does drive him a little bit more. It kind of takes him to almost like another level almost.
Takes me to
I personally can see a difference. I with my husband personally, I saw a difference when I had one tongue ring as opposed to two. I see a difference.
So
maybe it's that you work a little bit more because it's two instead of one.
I always work. I don't need.
I use my tongue ring because he liked it. Personally, I don't really like having my tongue pierced because it makes me talk funny, and I can't work with it. And you know, by me being a cook, I'm around heat, so it kind of suck. And then I gotta talk to people.
I'm a teacher, so I talk all day. I don't know if I'm talking funny or not, but
I'm
had mine for almost 15 years.
I'm around fryers and boilers and flat tops and stoves and stuff like that. I can't have that tongue ring in. It would be nice for me to do that, but I can't have that in. When I'm home and I'm off or
what does the tongue ring have to do with you being a cook? I'm confused.
Because it's something that we can't have, and it's not part of the, as they said, it's not part of the uniform.
Dress code.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We don't have no dress code. I be in the classroom.
It's not part of the dress code because having a tongue ring as a cook is not professional.
Yeah, I have to be in a profession. Me personally, I have to be in a profession where I can do me. Like, I'm a teacher, but I got a piercing here, and I got a tongue, and I got the snake. And I don't take them out. I go to work like this with goals and piercings.
I've tried it before. I've tried to go to work with it, and my boss have seen me, and he was like, I don't personally care that you got it, but he was like, while you here, you gonna have to take it out. And I was like,
was it in the hiring manual when they hired you?
Yeah.
Oh, ain't nothing to say then.
He actually told me. He said, I don't care. He said, I don't care that you have it. It's just while you're here and you're working, you can't wear it. So I was like,
I wish. I wish somebody at my job would tell me they got a problem with my covering and I got to take it out. My name would be on the school.
It's a difference. He did it respectfully. He didn't just tell me.
Listen, see, we got a teachers union. So if like legally, you can't tell me I can't wear this and what I can't wear unless you have that in my contract when I first come on as a teacher. And if that's not there and there's nothing that you can say, and then you say something to me, I'm calling my lawyer and my name will be on the school.
In my contract it says when I did my paperwork, it does say no piercing. It does say no piercings. It says
okay.
It says no piercings, whether it's the lip, whether it's here, whether it's the tongue.
I get it.
It don't matter. You as a cook, you can't wear it. With being a server or like a bartender, it's kind of different because those are different rules because that's the front of the house. I work back of the house, and back of the house you can't have stuff like that because you around equipment. You are around equipment. You're talking to people, even though you're not talking to the public.
This is a snake.
I can see it. You are.
Somebody asked, "What's the snake?" That's a snake.
Yeah, it's a double piercing.
Right. But the girl was asking what it is.
I thought about getting that. I thought about getting one of those.
It actually was the cheapest piercing. It was like $35. But I had to go to another county to get it because they don't do it in Palm Beach.
I got my piercing.
Nobody.
Actually got my piercing in Miami. I got my first piercing in Miami, actually. That's the first time I got my piercing because...
Ladies, did you know who that was that popped in?
Bruce said, oh.
You know that,
who was it that popped in?
Who that was that popped in a few minutes ago?
Miss Fudge.
No, because you had the banner block in there.
It was Miss Fudge.
No, her face popped up. She was on the screen.
Yeah, she was in the bed.
That's Miss Pineapple. That's high legacy.
Hi, Miss Fudge.
Yeah, I mean, me.
No, that's Miss Parker.
Yes, Miss Parker.
Miss Parker, when you gonna let me? Miss Parker.
I'm gonna forward this to her daddy.
Please, I said it to the lady at the church. When you gonna let me? Her name is Parker. She just laughed. My church, they know I'm crazy. Everybody know I'm crazy, so I'm gonna do it no matter where I'm at.
Y'all have any closing statements? Anything else y'all want to say before you bring this to a close?
Thank y'all for having me.
Miss Savage, we always appreciate you coming on. You bring out the best in us. Don Allen and Toria, thanks for being a part of the show tonight. Especially you, Toria, you actually got on here and talked tonight.
Nice to meet you, Tori.
Tori in here.
Nice to meet you, Tori.
Nice to meet you too, Miss Savage.
All right.
I told him, I said, that was one of my high school girlfriends. He said,
Apostle Petty. Uh-huh. That's your new name. Throwing that girl clothes out. You petty as hell.
But no, her daddy actually liked me though. I was one of the ones her daddy actually liked.
All he saw was the Jesus in you. He didn't see the other part. That's why.
Okay. Oh, just one moment.
Guess who's back? I'm Craig the Writer Stewart. And I'm Derek J. On an all-new day and time.
Derek. So what's T?
Gay Like Me Conversations.
I think that we are inserting ourselves into a space that wasn't meant for you in the first fucking place.
There's a freedom
yeah.
that comes in dating outside of your race. We're talking about being black, LGBTQ, and the church.
So let's come together first as black people.
Every other Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But the only way you'll get to see the show is if you're subscribed to the channel. That's Gay Like Me Conversations on YouTube.
I don't know if y'all just heard what he said, but I'm not going to repeat that.
Oh my goodness, I cracked myself up. Don't act like that, Derek. I just asked a question.
Subscribe now.
The Chill Zone. WTCZ Music Box Radio. Every Monday and Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. With your host, Apostle D. You can find it every Monday and every Wednesday at youtube.com/DmanABC3. Call in and request your favorite songs. Let's have some fun. The call-in number is 682-200-9345. The Chill Zone. WTCZ. Music Box Radio. Every Monday and Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. With your host, Apostle D. Check it out. Just-in-time accessories. Definitely have the bling and everything in between. TeAma Copeland is your independent paparazzi agent. Join her live online Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join her on Facebook at TeAma Sweetness Copeland or her fan page, Just in Time Accessories, or you can find her on YouTube at Teama Herice. That once again is Just in Time Accessories. Everything is only $5. Nickel and lead-free jewelry. TeAma Copeland, independent paparazzi agent. Just-in-time accessories. Definitely have the bling and everything in between. Check her out.
Okay.
Justin's flyer.
Our intro video and outro video, the song that was created, the music was produced and rapped by Justin Brown.
Tony, take the stream at the bottom off. You can't see the bottom. Take the stream at the bottom off. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So that's Justin's information there. If you want a personal rap or song or beat or whatever created, that's Justin's information. He's located out of Valdosta, Georgia. Phone number is 229-630-4816, so you can reach out to him. And if you can't reach him, you can always reach Legacy because he's related to him.
Yes. Justin the Great.
Y'all, please join me tomorrow night, please.
Okay. So, as we get ready to head out, we would like to just give a shout out to all the Black History individuals that we gave shout out to today. We also want to just continually thank our audience for being able to attend tonight in on stage and out. Give a shout out to Millicent, Esther, Anthony, Melvin Simmons, Cece and her crew,
Ruth, Rami,
Miss Paula,
Definitely.
And to everybody else that
All you need to get a thing.
and for the people on the panel, Miss Savage, Dan Allen, and Tori, we appreciate you guys coming out and
especially Tori.
Right there. So on that note, A.T.L.
My nigga 2-4 the GOAT, these other niggas basic.
Say what? No nigga wrist a silver chain around his neck. Say what? A.T.L show coming for their neck. Say what? We gon' say it all different from the rest. Say what? A.T.L show, know that we the best. Say what? Yeah, who was that? A.T.L show coming live, speak about the world. Know that we are still. We got Anthony, TeAma, Legacy, the podcast. On God, we're taking over with the A.T.L show.
My nigga 2-4 the GOAT, these other niggas basic.
Say what? No nigga wrist a silver chain around his neck. Say what? A.T.L show coming for their neck. Say what? We gon' say it all different from the rest. Say what? A.T.L show, know that we the best. Say what? Yeah, who was that? A.T.L show coming live, speak about the world. Know that we are still. We got Anthony, TeAma, Legacy, the podcast. On God, we're taking over with the A.T.L show.